Aegis.CMEG. Today is May 29th, 2020. Time is 20 minutes before market open. So let's start with our starting lineup. So the usual suspect will be the airline stock, which is just announcing a possible layoff around 25% of their workforce. So that's a news that usually move the stock. Okay, so UAL, American Airlines also. Sorry. Yeah, American Airlines might be getting lower. So we get the CCL. This one is also the usual suspect. You get Delta Airlines also. Delta Airlines also dropping. I think in general the US airline is um, on the downward trend. Because I think they tend to move together, like a sympathy move or CLH, yeah, like a sympathy move, right? Because if one airline announce some kind of layoff or some kind of early retirement or whatever they call it, so the other must be pretty close because they are like almost the same industry. So their cost structure will be very similar, and even the strategy and everything is probably is also very similar. So that's one of the reasons why the if one airline announce something, is usually the other is also move. It's what we call a sympathy move. CGC is a pot company. No. Okay, UAL, CGC, NCLH, CCL, DAL, AAL. Let's see what else. So this STNE 59. CLH, CGC, okay, STNA, mRNA, mRNA doesn't move much. CS, CS, CS. So let's see, Marfel. I think these guys just moving. Yeah, these two, Marvel and ZS, is just announcing a report, right? Marvel. Hmm. Okay, so yes. ZS is interesting. It's just up by around 20%, 19.2. So okay, so time is 8 minutes before market open. So this is important, right? Because in the morning, it's the thing is when you're trading, you can have all the right pattern and you can have all the right trade management and all of the risk to reward ratio correctly. But if you're in the wrong stock, then all of that doesn't mean anything, right? Because if you're in the wrong stock, stocks just doesn't move. So it is very important for you to follow the right stock. Now, how do you follow the right stock? Now, following the right stock is not easy. Sometimes it's quite hard. So usually in the morning, I have this I have this watch list that I compile all together. So I have a scanner that usually search among hundreds of stocks that's moving, which one that's usually put into my criteria, right? So the stock usually has some kind of catalyst that's moving. It has some kind of news, uh, some kind like announce a new product or anything like that. So we usually call these a watch list, yeah, a stock watch list, and we want them to move independently from S&P 500 and Dow Jones, because if you have stock that is move uh, in relation with Dow Jones or S&P 500, then it will be very hard to trade, right? Because sometimes the overall market can be choppy. But if you have a stock that is independent, right, it does it and move independently, that will be usually it present an opportunity for you to trade. So let's look at this, for example, ZS right here, right? So it's trending nicely, right? It's trending nicely. So that's the if I look at the in general, the stock shows some movement. Now look at this. This S&P right now is on a downtrend, and no, not on a downtrend actually. So this is the dash line right here. This is the market open, right? So when the market open, so it's up a little bit, and now it's down. So basically, I think it's almost flat on S&P. So there is no way, there is no guarantee that the S&P is gonna trending, right? It could be trading sideways. We don't know. But what we do know is that some of these stocks, like for example Marvel, MRVL, this is a software company, sorry, semiconductor company, right? So I think they just announced an earning, and look at this, it's been nicely trending up since the opening. Yeah, so it's same also for this one. Yeah, if you look at these comparing with the S&P, right? So S&P is basically flat, doesn't do anything. So that's the whole point of having a stock in play. Yeah. Um. Oh, Twitter is also interesting. I think uh, I don't know how much of these moves are political, right? Because we do know what happened with between Twitter. I think Facebook should be also moving. Yeah, not much. So Twitter, as we all know, like in the middle of political storm, right? With everything that's going on in the U.S. U.S. politics. So it doesn't hurt to have these just a backup. Hmm. So okay, so 2 minutes before market open. Sorry. PIG. PIG is I think is a retail company in US. Is the owner of Big Lots. It's like a discount retailer. Alright, so 5 seconds for market open. Let's see. CGC strong. Delta. Alright, so I'm entering Delta Airlines. Yeah. Didn't move. So nothing. I haven't found anything yet. So DAL looks interesting, right? It's a little bit too late now. I think SPY is going up. That's why everything is going up. So let's just wait for the pullback. Alright, so let's try CGC. CGC. CGC, I think. Damn it. Alright, I'm entering Delta Airline. Yeah, come on. Trying to see if I can go short for Marvel. No. Alright, I think I reached my maximum number of trade. Let me see. Yeah, 20. So I'm losing 1% of my account today. So I'm not gonna do something stupid because you need to learn to control your loss, right? Otherwise, it's just no different than gambling, like I always say. So right now is minus 1% of my account. You win some, you lose some. All right. So let's see. What did I do wrong? CGC. So what happened? CGC is the uh, there's nothing wrong with GCGC. Yeah, on CGC, I think it's just when okay, I tried to go long on CGC, but it's just dropped, right? And then it hit me, and then I hit my stop. I hit my stop loss, and I think I lost a lot of money in here on CGC. So that's not good. And look at this. I think it might go. Let me see if I can entering CGC one more time. Yeah, it doesn't move on CGC. I keep bleeding Twitter. So on CGC, yeah. So on CGC, it's yeah. So okay, I'm gonna stop trading. So CGC, I enter here and then I enter maybe around 200 and it's just drop, right? It's really drop. It's really bad loss on this one. So naturally, I'm just gonna. Um, I think I lost almost 60 dollars on this. Same thing also in here. Right? I try to enter long again, but stock is just keep dropping, right? So, um, So this is with the CGC. The stock initially, actually, stock was when it opened lower. Yeah, it opened lower, and then it just keep going up after that. So I don't know, after this it might go up again, but I'm just gonna stop trading for now on. So here I try to go long again, but I get chopped up and down really bad. So that's this is really a bad trading on CGC on this one. So that's I lost quite a lot on CGC, almost $100, right? So CGC almost lost $100. So DAL, let's see, DAL, Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines, it started strong. So initially, I'm not too sure because I kind of like chasing it a little bit. So I enter, I scalp, and then stock quickly drop, and I get nervous and get out, right? Here, the stock, I should enter more size because it's just trending up nicely after this. So here, the stock is following this five moving average, and then I enter here, and then quickly scalp when it reached the resistance lines. So I think this is 1 to 2 risk reward ratio on Delta Airline. The other thing that I trade is MRVL. So MRVL is semiconductor company, I think. So here I think I'm going short. So stock seems like trending down, right? So when it retrace after this bearish engulfing, I enter short, but the stop whip, I mean, move back up, right? I get stop out, and I re-enter again, heavy size in here, and this time it's just drop, right? So I quickly scalp on MRPL. So yeah, today is 39.84. 1% of my count size, minus 1%. So I think I'm not gonna trade again because you just keep losing money if I do that, because beside also reach my maximum number of trade allowed. Okay, so my name is Michael and I'm from Aegis.CMEG. I will see you Monday, 8:30 p.m. Indonesian time, 9:30 p.m. Singapore time, or 9:30 in the morning New York time. Thank you very much.